Cost-benefit analysis, CBA, sometimes called benefit cost analysis, BCA, is a systematic approach to estimating the strengths and weaknesses of alternatives that satisfy transactions, activities or functional requirements for a business. It is a technique that is used to determine options that provide the best approach for the adoption and practice in terms of benefits in labor, time and cost savings, etc. The CBA is also defined as a systematic process for calculating and comparing benefits and costs of a project, decision or government policy, hereafter, project. Broadly, CBA has two purposes: to determine if it is a sound investment decision, justification/feasibility, to provide a basis for comparing projects. It involves comparing the total expected cost of each option against the total expected benefits, to see whether the benefits outweigh the costs, and by how much. CBA is related to, but distinct from cost-effectiveness analysis. In CBA, benefits and costs are expressed in monetary terms, and are adjusted for the time value of money, so that all flows of benefits and flows of project costs over time, which tend to occur at different points in time, are expressed on a common basis in terms of their net present value. Closely related, but slightly different, formal techniques include cost-effectiveness analysis, cost-utility analysis, risk-benefit analysis, economic impact analysis, fiscal impact analysis, and social return on investment, SROI, analysis. Theory: cost-benefit analysis is often used by governments and other organizations, such as private sector businesses, to appraise the desirability of a given policy. It is an analysis of the expected balance of benefits and costs, including an account of foregone alternatives and the status quo. CBA helps predict whether the benefits of a policy outweigh its costs, and by how much relative to other alternatives. That is, one can rank alternate policies in terms of the cost-benefit ratio. Generally, accurate cost-benefit analysis identifies choices that increase welfare from a utilitarian perspective. Assuming an accurate CBA, changing the status quo by implementing the alternative with the lowest cost-benefit ratio can improve Pareto efficiency. An analyst using CBA should recognize that perfect appraisal of all present and future costs and benefits is difficult, and while CBA can offer a well-educated estimate of the best alternative, perfection in terms of economic efficiency and social welfare are not guaranteed. Process: the following is a list of steps that comprise a generic cost-benefit analysis. List alternative projects, programs. List stakeholders. Select measurements and measure all cost, benefit elements. Predict outcome of cost and benefits over relevant time period. Convert all costs and benefits into a common currency. Apply discount rate. Calculate net present value of project options. Perform sensitivity analysis. Adopt recommended choice. Evaluation: CBA attempts to measure the positive or negative consequences of a project, which may include effects on users or participants, effects on non-users or non-participants, externality effects, option value or other social benefits. A similar breakdown is employed in environmental analysis of total economic value. Both costs and benefits can be diverse. Financial costs tend to be most thoroughly represented in cost-benefit analyses due to relatively abundant market data. The net benefits of a project may incorporate cost savings or public willingness to pay compensation, implying the public has no legal right to the benefits of the policy, or a willingness to accept compensation, implying the public has a right to the benefits of the policy, for the welfare change resulting from the policy. The guiding principle of evaluating benefits is to list all categories of parties affected by an intervention and add the positive or negative value, usually monetary, that they ascribe to its effect on their welfare. The actual compensation an individual would require to have their welfare unchanged by a policy is inexact at best. Surveys, stated preference techniques, or market behavior, revealed preference techniques, are often used to estimate the compensation associated with a policy. However, survey respondents often have strong incentives to misreport their true preferences, and market behavior does not provide any information about important non-market welfare impacts. One controversy is valuing a human life, for example when assessing road safety measures or life-saving medicines. However, this can sometimes be avoided by using the related technique of cost-utility analysis, in which benefits are expressed in non-monetary units such as quality-adjusted life years. For example, road safety can be measured in terms of cost per life saved, without formally placing a financial value on the life. However, such non-monetary metrics have limited usefulness for evaluating policies with substantially different outcomes. Additionally, many other benefits may accrue from the policy, and metrics such as cost per life saved may lead to a substantially different ranking of alternatives than traditional cost-benefit analysis. Another controversy is valuing the environment, which in the 21st century is typically assessed by valuing ecosystem services to humans, such as air and water quality and pollution. Monetary values may also be assigned to other intangible effects such as business reputation, market penetration, or long-term enterprise strategy alignment. Time and discounting. CBA usually tries to put all relevant costs and benefits on a common temporal footing using time value of money calculations. This is often done by converting the future expected streams of costs and benefits into a present value amount using a discount rate. Empirical studies and a technical framework suggest that in reality, people do discount the future like this. The choice of discount rate is subjective. A smaller rate values future generations equally with the current generation. Larger rates, for example a market rate of return, reflects humans' attraction to time and consistency, valuing money that they receive today more than money they get in the future. The choice makes a large difference in assessing interventions with long-term effects. One issue is the equity premium puzzle, in which long-term returns on equities may be rather higher than they should be. If so, then arguably market rates of return should not be used to determine a discount rate, as doing so would have the effect of undervaluing the distant future, for example climate change. Risk and uncertainty. Risk associated with project outcomes is usually handled using probability theory. This can be factored into the discount rate, to have uncertainty increasing over time, but is usually considered separately. Particular consideration is often given to risk aversion, the preference for avoiding loss over achieving gain. Expected return calculations did not account for the detrimental effect of uncertainty. Uncertainty in CBA parameters, as opposed to risk of project failure etc., can be evaluated using a sensitivity analysis, which shows how results respond to parameter changes. Alternatively, a more formal risk analysis can be undertaken using Monte Carlo simulations.